Yes, I just love how we left that gap open, man. So we are really heavy. We are really heavy. We are really heavy. That means that this gap might not be respected, might not act as that strong support, right? As we would expect it to be. But let's wait and see. Okay, it's okay. That means we could start seeing, looking for this short-term low. It's possible. It's possible that we could start seeking those short-term lows. So I'm gonna sell, and my draw being this low and the initial sell side, because we just swept the buy side and traded the buy side, um, initial buy side. So let's see. Of course, now this is gonna act now as my inversion fair value gap. It's going to act as my inversion fair value. So if I trade back into this gap here, I'm gonna sell, and let me just okay. Yeah, I'm gonna sell that inversion fair value gap, but I'll just go with one contract. Then my stop loss will be above this high here. Okay. So we have this inversion fair value coupled with this. So I'm just gonna point this one out. I wanna see this gap here being treated as a breakaway gap. Um, so I wanna see this being treated as a breakaway gap. So I don't wanna see us trading back into this imbalance here. So we can trade back into this one and rebalance this gap, but I don't want to see us trading back into this gap. But if we do trade back into this imbalance here, I'm gonna go for another entry. I think my first TP will be the new week opening gap, and if we do close below it, I'm seeking out sell side liquidity. So I'll go for another entry when we trade back into this gap here. Yep, there we go. So my first partial will be the new week opening gap, then my second partial will be the initial sell side liquidity. However, if we are really expecting a bearish order flow, I would prefer to see this gap remain open, this gap, because I want to treat that as a breakaway gap. So I want to see us leaving this low with speed and volatility. If I do get that speed, that really means that I'm in a bearish market. I'm really now in a bearish order flow. So we have that short-term low sell side liquidity, and overall seeking out that initial sell side liquidity. We've already swept the initial buy side, so I'm looking for that initial sell side as my draw on liquidity. So but that can only be confirmed if we do close above the swing low, the short-term low here, and we leave it with speed and volatility. Exactly. I wanna see speed. Now I wanna see us closing below this swing low. That's it. That's it. This is what I wanna see. This is what I wanna see. So now the short-term low will be my first I'll take my first partial once we trade into this breakaway gap. Then I'll trail the other one up until we trade back into that sell side liquidity. So that means if this fair value gap is formed, right, I want to see it being treated as a breakaway gap. So I don't want to see it being traded to or the upper half of it. If you get what I'm saying. That's it. So I want to treat this as my breakaway gap, so I don't want to see it now. If it doesn't trade back into this gap, right, and leave this gap open, that means we are in a strong bearish order flow. I should expect heaviness to this downside, like real heaviness. But if we do trade back into this imbalance here, I want to see the upper half of it left open. Now I can close this. It's fine. But I would prefer to see this gap being left open. Just like this breakaway gap, I want to see this also being treated as a breakaway gap. Even if it wicks inside, right? But I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the body closing above the upper half of it. So I'm just waiting to see. I think it's time that I just drag my stop loss just above this gap here. We also have this smaller yana gap, so just put it above the high of this candle here. So even if I am stopped out, I'd prefer to be stopped out at break even. Because I want to see this offer me resistance, this imbalance here. I don't want to trade back here. I don't want to trade back up here. Nah, I really don't. I don't want to see us doing that. So I'm just gonna protect my entry just in case I'm offside. So I have this small fair value and this bearish order block. I want to see those not to allow trading back into this gap here. Like I said, I'm gonna take my first partial once we trade into this new week opening gap. but I'd like to see it being heavy. I want to see heaviness. I don't want to see it trading around this. I want to see it leave this new week opening gap, like break through it, heavily, trading that, sweeping that sell side liquidity, and I want to see if we could continue rallying lower. So for now, I'm just gonna take my I think I will just take my first partial here, just in case. So I'm just gonna take my first partial there. Then you know what, bro? Because it could still use it as support, right? Could still do that. As long now I know that I have my first partial there, then I can trail this one up until we trade into that initial sell side. So it created a series of down close candles and created a series of fair value gaps. Let's see. Nice. Let's go. Yes, like I said, I want to see it breaking through this new week opening gap. It's not a problem, because in this fair value, the CV here, I can just remove this. It's fine. Then yeah, my stop loss will be just above the high of this candle that forms the CV. Like I said, if we are really in a bearish market, I want to see the upper half left open. So let's wait and see what do we have here. Come here. Wow, look at that. Then they tell you that there's no algorithm. That's crazy. Crazy stuff. And they tell you there's no algorithm. Yeah. Let's go. Can you break through, my guy? Let's see if we can break through that new week opening gap. I wanna see if you do break through it, and if we do see a breakthrough, then we could actually start rallying for sell side. But that can only be possible if we break through that new week opening gap. If we break through it, then I'm positive we're running for sell side. Now I want to see if this imbalance here can act as my inversion fair value gap. I've already rebalanced this one, and I see this one can, if it can be treated as a breakaway, I mean an inversion level. You have a small fair value gap there. I can point it out. Gap there coupled to this inversion fair value. So let's see. Heart of God, satisfied and sustained as I hear, hands of God, lay me on and be my God, and be my God. Oh yeah, I wanna see. Come on, break through that, my nigga. Break through that. Can we close below the new week opening gap? Yeah, defense. If we do close below it, I'm gonna treat the new week opening gap as an inversion fair value gap. And yes, it's an inversion level. There we go. So immediately that tells me, bro, we are in a bearish order flow. We have now this fair value gap that's inside the new week opening gap. But however, I want to use the new week opening gap as an inversion level. So I'm just gonna trail my stop loss just above the new week opening gap. We have that discount fair value. Right, we have this discount fair value gap coupled with that inversion fair value level as well. So since we are in that discount, so it's possible that we might make a retracement. So I'm just gonna be trailing my stop until I'm stopped out. Yeah, can now this new week opening gap offer me resistance? Man, if we really do leave this gap open, oh man, we are really in a very short of flow. If we really do leave this gap open, I know that I'm heavy on the downside. That means this discount fair value gaps could actually not act as that strong support. So yeah, I'm just waiting. Am I gonna spend 2 hours? Jeez. Crush me all around me. So my stop loss will be just here. I'm just gonna put my stop loss here. And let's see, do we continue heavy? Oh man, how can I forget this? I cannot forget this song, dog. Close to me as I hardly move or breathe. That's crazy, man. I love listening to gospel, especially early in the morning during the the Asian session, man. I love it. I love it. Yes, I just love how we left that gap open, man. So we are really heavy. We are really heavy. We are really heavy. That means that this gap might not be respected, might not act as that strong support, right? We would expect it to be. But let's wait and see. Okay. But I just love the heaviness, man. I just love the heaviness. Can we reach back into that initial sell side? No. Life can hold me down. So I'm just gonna put my stop loss above the high of this down close candle here. So can this CV act as my inversion level? Let's wait and see. Because also is gonna act as a what? Balance price range, because we have a gap high, we have a gap low, so this is gonna be my balance price range. But because we left that gap open like that, we could continue heavy. The chairs of life can hold me down. You're the one I wanna please. What matters now is what you think. You're the one that really matters. You're the one that really matters. That really matters. You're the one that really matters. Yeah, we started the week early, man. We started the week early. Let's go. We started the week early. Let's go. Yeah, we started the week early, man. We started the week early. Let's go. Yeah, we started the week early, man. We started the week early. Let's go. Yeah, I want to see if this balance price range can offer me resistance. But remember, we still have that discount fair value gap. Yeah, we started the week early, man. But I can still allow it, man. If I'm stopped out here, I'm okay with that. You're the one that really matters. 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 Yeah, let's see, man. So we have this discount fair value gap acting as my support. Remember, like I said, usually if I'm targeting, let's say for example, sell side liquidity, right, and there is that discount fair value, usually most of the time, what happens is that discount fair value gap will act as support to generate more liquidity, right, just to create those relative equal lows. Then it will seek maybe for buy side liquidity and a premium PDRA, then start rallying for that, for those relative equal lows. So for now, I know that my high probability chances of continuing being lower are limited now. Why? Because we are in that discount. So since we are in discount, it's just safe to say put my stop loss safe. But I've covered a lot of my profits. So even if I'm stopped out, man, I've been sitting here for over an hour, so I'm okay with that. You're the one that really matters. You're the one that really matters. You're the one that really matters. Bam, 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 bam. Can I take my $50 and just call it a day? I think I think I can do that because I don't want to be sitting here the whole the whole day or the whole morning. I still have like the AM session to attend to, man. I woke up at 2 a.m. I can't be in this trade for like over 2 hours, so I think I'm just gonna close it for now and just wait for the AM session. I think $50, it's enough. I think anyone can be satisfied with that. Um, don't you think? But we could continue. I just want to see how we trade around this low, especially this discount fair value gap. Do we break through it or do we trade around it? But yeah, at 8:30, I'm closing the charts, man. I'm calling it a morning. I'm going back to sleep. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning right now, man. It's crazy. But I'm just gonna call it, close my position. There we go. That's it for now, guys. I'll see you in the morning during the AM session. So for now, cheers.